Hello and welcome back to Goblin Gaming. Today we're going to be looking at Soulstone Survivors, one of my favorite bullet heavens. It just hit its 2-year anniversary, absolutely crazy to think about. I have about 600 hours in the game. A lot of it was done before the more recent character releases. I really like the direction they've went with the game, but I haven't explored it a whole lot since they've reworked a lot of stuff. So I had played a ton when these were all the original characters, right? But I played a little bit with Monkey King, and then I haven't done much with the other 4 characters. So we're going to start today looking at the brand new character, the Cursed Captain. I've played 2 games on him. He's pretty fun. I've got a build in mind. However, we do not have much meta progression yet on his meta progression tree, just barely getting started. So we're going to play through a few runs, see if we can progress this a little bit more. We're going to do 1 of each weapon probably. At the very least, we're going to do the first weapon, maybe a second weapon. I've already kind of mapped out and planned out what I want to do for this first run, so I'll take a second to kind of show you what I've made notes of. So basically, I went through and just noted what each skill uses as far as buffs and debuffs, all the different types. So these are the buffs, skill name, buffs, the different types involved, and then how much ammo it gains per cast. And then how much ammo per second when you divide the ammo per cast divided by the cooldown of it. So just kind of trying to get an idea of what items give you the most ammo, because your gunpowder blast, which is your secret weapon for this character, consumes ammo and casts 5 times, but the only way it can cast is consuming that ammo and casting 5 times. And because it has the gunpowder unique trait, it makes it so no other ammo skills will consume ammo. So everything else just becomes a generator, and this becomes the spender. So it kind of behooves you when you're using this first weapon, if you're using the secret weapon anyway, to try and generate as much ammo as possible to scale your gunpowder blast. So that's kind of what we're going to be trying to do here. So I'm going to be grabbing Plunder Shot, Gunpowder Blast, Napalm, Rapid Barrage, Weakening Shot, and then I'm going to take a Skill Mastery Blast using the Skill Mastery rune. And I'm going to grab Buckshot from that. So let's take a second, just hover over what each of those skills do. I know you just saw that cheat sheet there, but that might be just information overload. So we'll take just a second and look at those skills. I'm just going to hover over it for a second, but basically Plunder Shot gives you a ricocheting shot, which has a chance to generate ammo per hit. It also does Cursed. Cursed is going to summon Kraken Tentacles, which is amazing. And we have up to 7 at a time. So there you go. We got a little Halawi character in here. Gunpowder Blast is also going to generate Curse, and again, this will only cast once you have 20 gunpowder, and then it will cast 5 times once it consumes that 20. We could potentially grab a buff. I didn't plan it on this first run, but we might try it on the second run. We're going to skip these 2 buffs, even though they look kind of interesting, or these 2 character skills, even though they look kind of interesting on this first one, because we're going less of a curse build and more of an ammo build. So moving down, what was the next one we said we were going to take? We're going to take Napalm. Okay, so the Napalm is down here. It does a clonal attack. It shatters enemies, reducing their armor, and it generates 2 ammunition on a 5-second cooldown. So it's about 0.4 ammunition per second. So it's going to help us generate some ammo. After that, we're going to grab Rapid Barrage. Rapid Barrage fires 20 shots. Each shot has a 25% chance of generating 1 ammo. It's on a 9-second cooldown. I have no idea how to quantify that, but just reading it, it sounds like it's going to generate a lot of ammo. So we'll go ahead and test that out and see how it plays. Then we're going to take Weakening Shot, which is going to be giving us ammo as well. So Weakening Shot's down here. Fires off a blast, it creates Exposed on enemies. Exposed scales up the damage they take based on the initial damage amount. So if we're buffing this and then we're popping it with our Gunpowder Blast, I think it should be pretty good. Gunpowder Burst. It generates 2 ammo on a 5-second cooldown, so 0.4 ammo per second. Alright, so that's kind of what we're going to be looking at. And then in the rune section, we're going to grab Skill Mastery Blast, so that we can get that other ability that we want to use, which is Buckshot. Buckshot is going to be generating 1 ammo per shot, but it's on a very short cooldown of 1.8 seconds, which basically means that it's a 0.56 ammo per second, so it's higher than pretty much any of our other abilities. That's why we're grabbing it. It also has the added advantage of having a damage boost on close enemies, so it's going to do 50% more damage depending on how close they are to you, so that's really nice. But mostly we're using it for the ammo generation. Okay, so that's that. Let me confirm that in so we have it in the mix. Other runes that we're going to be using is Reroll Mastery. We're not planning on going endless with this build, so I'm not too worried about that. So we're going to grab Reroll Mastery, and then we're going to grab Secret Weapon, so we can make sure we have that Secret Weapon to start, because it's kind of the core of what we're doing with the build. For power runes, we're going to be grabbing Multicast to make sure that our multicasts get bigger chains. We're going to be making that a primary focus of our passive pickups is multicasting. We're going to grab Adrenaline, so as we lose life, we attack faster. We want to have fast attack speed to get lots of ammo, to get lots of multicasts. You kind of see how that works. Merciless Precision we're going to grab to increase our crit strike chance against enemies that are low on health. Just basically giving us a little bit of an execute function so we can get them down a little bit quicker. There are other things we could take here. I just thought I'd try this out. And then we're going to do Battle Proficiency to help scale our damage overall. So every time we cast, we have a 10% chance to gain Prowess, which is going to increase our damage by 3% just raw. Hopefully that should scale pretty well. Not 100% sure, but we're going to give it a shot. So let's go ahead and hop on in and give this a try. We're going to be playing on the highest difficulty possible with all curses enabled on all difficulties. Just to make things extra spicy. It's going to be quite hard. I don't expect it to be easy. We're going to see what we can do with this. And keep in mind, this is 60 curse intensity, 62 curse intensity, and we don't have most of the meta progression. So yeah, bear in mind this might be rough. Let's give it a go and see what happens though. I'm also going to be using the controller, which I don't typically do, but we're going to give that a try because I've been recently doing that in some Bullet Heaven games and been enjoying it. So okay, so left shoulder is our dash, good to know. All right, and we're just going to kind of pop around here, try to generate that ammunition. I'm trying to see an indicator of where the ammunition is listed at. I'm just not off the top of my head seeing it. Interesting. Let me just hover here for a second. What is this? That's our Ghost Ship Summon, which is the class modifier. We can now discover treasure. Once it's retrieved, the Ghost Ship will be summoned, bombarding enemies and applying fragility. Good. It provides a 20% critical strike chance buff and 45% damage modifier. Okay. While Ghost Ship is active, enemies may drop orbs that extend the duration. Good to know. I don't really see anywhere on here on the UI where it's really indicating our ammo stacks, unless I'm just missing it. So that's a little bit concerning because it's going to be hard to judge ammo gain rate if it's not listed anywhere. Oh, I'm stupid. It's right above my character's head. Okay, that's right. I forgot they changed how the buffs are displayed and everything. Okay. So Buckshot is one of the ones we want to grab. I'm actually going to pull up my little list here and have it on my side monitor so I don't forget which ones we need. Do we need Explosive Shot? We do not, so we won't bother locking that, but we will grab Buckshot right now. Okay, so yeah, it's taking a little bit to get up to that 20 ammo. Hopefully that'll improve as we get more abilities in the mix. Another thing I guess you could do with ammo, which might actually be better than that whole execute thing, is take the rune that allows you to have an additional skill slot, so you can have an additional ability that generates ammo. That might actually be the play with this. We might try that next. Let's grab some extra experience and experience pickup range. Always helpful. There's our Ghost Ship. I see the ammo that's dropping, which is pretty nice. We don't need Shrapnel Shot. We're looking. There's Weakening Shot. That's one of the ones we're taking. And Rapid Barrage. So let's actually lock Weakening Shot and take Rapid Barrage. Okay, great. And then we're going to take Weakening Shot. So we have almost all of our abilities already, which is fantastic. Let's get some cast frequency. Okay, let me grab the Ghost Orb thing. We want to try to keep that buff from the Ghost Ship up for as long as possible. What's the last one we need? I think it's Napalm. Okay, we could grab Explosive Shot if we run out of rerolls, but looking for Napalm. Let's grab Kraken's Rum temporarily, since we're almost out of rerolls, and then we'll just kind of keep our eye open for Napalm. This will just provide us a temporary buff. We'll take extra crit chance when Ghost Ship is up, that's fine. Looks like we can maintain it for quite some time, so that's good. Grab a little bit more health, that way we can just kind of stay alive. L1. L1. Okay. Not loving any of these really, but let's grab some extra area. I don't want to put too much into the rum because we're going to replace it, so let's grab a little bit more area again. A little bit more cooldown reduction. Reroll, let's see if we can find what we need. There's Napalm Blast. And let's replace Kraken's Rum. Okay, good. Damage increase on our Buckshot is probably not too bad. Our main damage scaler that we want to use is the Gunpowder Blast, but I feel like Buckshot does a decent amount of damage. And it's on a pretty low cooldown, so that'll probably help us overall. Let's go and grab it. More area on our Rapid Blast, which is going to generate essentially more ammo, which is great. Okay. And at this point we have all of our abilities, so we can skip active skills. We have some more area on our Rapid Blast. A little bit more pickup range would be kind of nice. I don't know if it applies to the... Ooh. Critical damage on Ghost Ship. Let's grab the pickup area though, and the experience. And let's grab more critical damage. Okay, it doesn't look like the pickup area applies to the little ghost flames. That's too bad. I was kind of hoping it might. Unfortunately, our Ghost Ship ended right before these guys unlocked, so let's go ahead and lock the multicast on Plunder Shot and take the multicast on all physical abilities. That's a ton of multicast, so that should be a big power spike. That is for burst spells, and that includes our main carry damage dealer. So let's lock that, and let's take multicast on Plunder Shot. I'm gonna lock the big HP upgrade and take the damage on Gunpowder Burst. Okay, looking pretty good so far. This is the first kind of damage check here. When these guys pop up, I'm kind of scanning the outside of the map too to see if I have any like pillars I need to destroy. It doesn't really look like I should probably pay more attention to boss attacks. It looks like, okay, they hit harder than I anticipated. I guess I need to start target aiming. Kind of weird doing it on the controller. Alright, multicast is great. Definitely need more area. We need to be able to hit them from a bit further away, really. More critical damage on our Plunder Shot sounds good. We're not taking Leviathan, we will take movement speed. Looks like we have a Ghost Ship up, so let's go ahead and grab that. I don't know what that was, but it was shiny. About to lose another life. This one might be a relatively short run. We might need to work in a way to gain some healing here. Let's grab a little bit of armor. And we can take a hit a little bit better. We are one of those classes, well anyway, this build is one of those builds that you do need to kind of be up in their faces to a degree until you get enough area scaled. So that might be something to be considering, is that toughness and replenishment aspect of things. Extra damage whenever we have Ghost Ship up sounds great. Ghost Ship seems like it's a pretty massive buff and you can keep it up for quite a while, so that's amazing. That's our main damage dealer, Gunpowder Burst. Let's go ahead and lock that and grab the bigger area for everything. Trying to grab things that benefit everything before grabbing things that benefit one thing. We'll lock the multicast on Buckshot. Since I cast really often, that should be high value. And let's grab the critical damage on our Gunpowder Blast. I'm going to try to save that Ghost Ship for when we have the next boss. That way it's a little bit more useful. Damage increase for like everything. That's great. We can check in periodically too. I think after the next set of bosses, we'll check in and see how our damage is scaling and what's kind of contributing the most damage sort of thing, so we know what direction to lean as we take our build into the mid to late game stage. Okay, it looks like bosses are spawning. Oh no! I got caught. Okay, I got out. Whew. I almost got caught in the middle of the death thing without any sort of dash, and that would have been terrifyingly bad. Okay, ghost ship is up. Let's do our best to try to burst down as many of these guys as we can, as quick as we can. Big boosting area there. Okay, we burst that guy down pretty quick. Actually, we're bursting them all down pretty quick. That's a very good sign. We'll grab even more multicast chance for weakening shot. That sounds great, actually. Okay, let's see how quickly we can take him down. Okay, yeah, we're in a good situation. We're doing pretty good scaling-wise, it looks like. It definitely helps that we kept our ghost ship up for the bosses, though. Let's grab a little bit more cooldown and some more raw damage with a purple upgrade. Sounds good to me. Let's take a second pause and look at where our damage is sitting, since we're just under halfway through. Let's see what the skill breakdown is showing us. Do we have anything that provides healing? No, just the heal crystals. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, gunpowder burst, as expected, is doing the bulk of our damage. Ghost ship is actually doing a lot of damage too. The curse thing is actually doing a surprising amount of damage. Interesting. And then after that, it looks like it's napalm blast, which is our biggest damage dealer. That said, that's not necessarily the biggest contributor to our gunpowder burst, but that's good to know. Okay. Looks like we're on the right track for this build. Things are going pretty well so far. Area for pretty much everything. Actually, for literally everything. Good. Also, when I was selecting my skills, I was trying to kind of keep the skill types as matched up as possible. That way we can have lots of big generic boosts to everything sort of stuff. It's very helpful when trying to scale a build. Let's grab extra area again. I'm actually just going to go back to letting him auto-cast now that we don't have bosses in the mix. Until we see like elites or stuff that we have to target down. Anything scary, you know. It'd be nice to get another rank of Swift so that we can get an extra dash. I'm just going to keep investing into cooldown reduction because it benefits everything. I think it's really important to fire as fast as possible. That way we make sure we're getting our ammo up to 20 very, very frequently, which it looks like we're actually doing a pretty good job of. Kind of scaling consistently up into that 20 range. Okay, here's the bosses. Let's aim for that. Took a big hit there, unfortunately. There's a big crit strike increase. That's nice. Let's go ahead and activate our ghost ship. Should have probably done that before the bosses all spawned, but next time I'll do it in anticipation of, instead of at the end. Grab a little bit more movement speed still. Definitely think kind of getting our mobility up a little bit will help us as well as we move into these final phases of the stage. Grab some attack speed, a little bit more cooldown reduction. I don't think we're going to have any trouble clearing this max difficulty run. Even with low meta progression, this character seems extremely strong. And boy, it's actually really fun. We're just blasting stuff everywhere. I could turn up the sound a little bit so you guys can hear the like sound effects for the abilities too. I just usually have just the audio going for the music because honestly the sound effects can get a bit repetitive, but maybe this will be a little bit better. You'll have to let me know what you guys think. If you prefer with this on or with this off. I might need to go a little higher than that. Let's go right there. Okay. Grab some, just lock in the Indomitable, because more block power is always good. And then we'll grab some more damage for a napalm since it's our number 2 damage dealer. Look at all these ethers that we're able to grab to keep our ship up. Man, we're just slaughtering everything now. This is insane. Dude, this is awesome. Oh, took a hit from something and died there, but this is awesome. Okay. Might end up having to turn down graphics slightly, to be able to see the ground effects better, but they've really done a good job of cleaning up the visuals in this game. So you can have your graphics on and still see most of what's going on. I dig that. Until you get your build scale to an absolute absurd degree in endless mode, in which case, I mean, it is what it is. You just gotta turn it off at that point, but... I think we're gonna lose here. We might not be able to finish this one. Yep, there it is. I didn't have the dash to get out. Alright, well, I mean, we did pretty good for our first run and having partial meta progression on the highest difficulty. There's some levels. We got our first apt up to level 50 there. Wonderful. Like I said, that's only the third game I've played on him. And the first one I quit halfway through, so... Alright, I like that build. I think it worked pretty well, but I do think we would want to make some modifications to it. So, since this video is only about 20 minutes in, let's go ahead and just do one more run. Maybe I should keep them at 20 minutes. It seems like our fall off is after this point, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and modify. I like keeping that in. Multicast is necessary. Adrenaline seems good because we do spend a good amount of time low on health. Let's go ahead and drop off Merciless Precision. And let's drop off Battle Proficiency. And in their places, we're going to grab the extra skill slot so we can generate even more ammo. Nope, that's the opposite of what I want. I'm going to pause the video while I find it. Alright, there's the first one. Improved Repertory. So one extra skill slot, but our damage is reduced. That's fine, that's worth it. And we actually only have 2 rune points left, which changes what I was going to do a little bit, but we need to get some sort of healing. So let's grab Healing Flow. 15 points per 100 enemies killed. That should help sustain us. Alright. And we're going to kind of do the same build. I don't think I make much in the way of changes. I feel like that was pretty effective. We just needed a little bit of sustain. So let's go ahead and do that again. Highest map, highest difficulty. And let's give it a shot again. See if we can finish it this time. That should help us gain an extra skill slot. I guess we should have looked at what we want for that extra skill shot. Probably, let's see. Explosive shot has 4 ammo per second. That's probably our next best. I guess I could have done Easy Sentry. Actually, let's go back out. And let's add an Easy Sentry into our mix here. Because it has a 0.5 ammo per second, and it's also a summon, so it should be pretty significant. Okay, so we got to take off this, go back in, blast, grab that, and I think Easy Sentry is better than Mechanical Spider. The Mechanical Spider has HP and can be killed, I think, from what it looks like. Alright, let's go and try that. And like I said, I barely even played the Engineer character. I think I loaded him up for like 40 seconds, and it just happened to be at a time that the patch was released when something else big was out, and I was depressed, and I just didn't play it very much, but I'm excited to dive into that character too in the near future. Alright. So yeah, we're going to add in the Easy Sentry into our build here. We have that extra skill slot. Grab some area right away. I think the self-sustain heal will make a big difference in pushing us over the edge so that we can kind of finish this first run. I could put in some medic progression points, but we'll do that for the next one. Weakening shot. A little bit of crit strike chance, always good. We do have increased multicast on this weapon and reduced crit strike chance by default, so that'll help offset that a little bit. I'm going to grab this first one right before we get the first set of bosses. So once we get up to about, let's say 300 enemies killed, that's when we'll grab it. Try not to leave too much behind up here. Let's grab some just crit strike damage. I think we're going to try to build a little bit more into that. Let's Reroll, try to find something we need. There's Rapid Barrage. Okay, good. Yeah, that generates a lot of ammo, it looks like. Got more area of effect for everything. Great. Adding in that summon unit, though, we might have less, like, globally good generic passes. We'll see. Let's grab some cooldown reduction. Greens aren't really worth locking for, I don't think. Let's actually hold off on that. I started doing it without thinking. Okay, let's get rid of this. And we can go and activate the ghost ship. Buckshot is one of the ones we take. Okay, get rid of that. We have the ghost ship active. We should be summoning the bosses any second here. Grab some experience. Reroll, 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 reroll. Not seeing what we need. There's Napalm. What is Eldritch Grasp? Hits enemies around you, causes damage based on your number of stacks of Cursed. Oh, that's new. Okay, we might have to... Next video we'll do a Curse build. That sounds pretty fun. Let's lock Kraken's Rum for now. Just on the off chance we don't find the other skill we need. That stays locked, right? I think they said they made that. They're making that change? I don't think they've made it yet. Okay. Okay. Okay, we got easy sentry, so we just wasted a few locks, but that's fine. Okay. More crit strike damage. Bosses. I might have popped that ghost effect a little bit too early. Take the area. And now we can R1. Multicast. Wonderful. Bleed was pretty tempting there too. More multicast. Always good. Bosses are up. Where are they at? There they are. Right around me. Okay. More attack speed. Need some movement speed right now, so we don't just take a life loss right away here. Grab that bleed chance on enemies. We should be hitting fairly often, so it should ramp up to a decent amount of bleed. Plus we might get some synergies off of it. Let's grab some area of effect on all of our blast skills. Okay, yeah, those bosses went down pretty quickly. It's a good sign that we're on the right track. Lots of multicasts on our weakening shots. We also have some other interesting options here. Let's lock in Poisonous Blood. I'm gonna lock Merciless too. Okay, let's take Poisonous Blood. Okay, so that answers that question. The locks do not persist. I know they said they're gonna do that, but I guess that has not been done yet. Okay. Let's grab movement speed. More multi-chance chance on Napalm. Just general multicast. Okay. We grabbed one of the magnets, that's why we had so many levels there. Okay. Looking pretty good. That sentry is doing a lot more than I thought it would. Holy crap. I think it's ramping up our ammunition very quickly. It certainly looks like it might be. Hard to tell what's contributing the most ammunition. I wish in the screen that you can pull for damage, it would show you like how much ammunition is generated. That would be really, really neat. Yeah, it doesn't look like it does. That'd be really cool if they could add that. That way you can see what's contributing the most ammunition. I mean, to a degree, if you're not running gunpowder, you can kind of tell based on what skill's doing the most damage, I guess, but I don't know. I'd like that. Grab some block, multicast. Looks good. More damage increase for everything. Like we have a pillar to kill up here now. Let's make our way up here and get rid of that damage reduction pillar right away. Down. Wonderful. Bosses are up. Ghost ship is also up. Let's go grab that ghost ship. I think I got it there. Lock in the attack speed and grab the multicast. Oh, maybe I didn't. Close. No cigar. It looks. Oh, never mind. I did get it. Okay, cool. The dangerous situation we're in right now. Oh man, these are all so good. I'm gonna bypass the napalm for now. And just go on more of the attack cooldown, like way of doing things. Okay, and multi-shots, of course. Okay, target them down. Not too bad. My goodness, we're gonna run out of locks real soon here. We're getting some good upgrades though. Certainly gonna help us out. So far we haven't lost any lives. That little bit of sustain per 100 enemies killed has made a massive difference. We'll do cast frequency on the napalm. Damage of our ghost ship sounds pretty good. I feel like it's doing a good amount. Area of gunpowder burst, yeah. What's our general crit at right now? 76%? Yeah, we can go crit damage. Looking solid. Let's keep grabbing those souls on the ground, extend that duration a little. Grab more crit chance. Okay, more area of effect for pretty much everything, it looks like. Yeah, our shots are starting to get pretty big now. Feels good. Alright, our ghost ship duration is done. Unfortunately, we're just about to summon another set of bosses right as it ended. Perhaps I should have let it run out a little sooner. Unsure. Looks like we got a sentry in the bottom left, so let's go take care of that real quick. Or reduction pillar, rather. Okay, good. Bosses are up. Reduction pillars down. Try to stay out of that whirlwind effect. And dodge the projectiles as best we can. A lot harder without our ghost ship buff. So it's a pretty significant source of damage, it appears. Do we have one available at the moment? Doesn't look like. I'm not seeing any icons for it. More cast frequency, more cast frequency. Let's go. There we go. Cool. Okay, we didn't lose the life there. That's good. We did take some hits. Okay, so it looks like our ghost ship thing is up now. I'll just hold that for the next set of bosses because they should come pretty quickly here. Grab Venomous so we can add more debuffs onto enemies. Always a good thing. Getting those debuffs stacked up. I could definitely see this guy using kind of a debuff build. Could be kind of interesting. Okay. Let's reroll. There we go. Damage modifier on ghost ship. That sounds great. Just gonna amp up our damage once we pop that. Okay, it looks like we do have a pillar shooting stuff at us right now, so let's go take care of that. I like that they've reduced how many of them spawn, so it's just not quite so overwhelming to play at the highest difficulty. It still adds a fun gameplay element that you have to deal with without making it just like unplayable. They've done a good job of balancing that, I feel like. Alright. A little bit more. And we're going to spawn that boss. Say probably about 400 we're going to pop it here. Let's lock in this area 1 as our final lock. Yeah, let's go pop it. Yeah, let's go pop it now. Get rid of that pillar. No other pillars on the map that I see on the edges. Okay. The only downside to having a very big monitor is sometimes it's hard to see stuff on the edges. Alright, increased quantity of our turrets. That's wonderful. Alright. I might take a hit here. Yeah. It's okay though. That was the first big hit we've taken. We haven't lost a life yet. We might on this round of bosses, but... Oh, looks like we got him down just fine. Yeah, we're starting to do a kind of absurd amount of damage here, so... I think we should have it cleared this time around with those little tweaks to our build. Sometimes that's how it goes. Usually I just show like the end build that I do, but I thought it might be kind of fun to kind of show the process of how I get to these builds. I don't know if that's actually going to be interesting to people, but I hope it is. And if not, I can go back to just doing the end runs. I could even use AI to, you know, edit out the lulls in the action. But since I'm a talker, that might be hard for the AI editor to do. If I had the money to pay for a real editor or the skills to do it myself, I sure as heck would. But I am incredibly broke, and, you know, we're going through a bankruptcy process at the moment, so it's, yeah, it's rough. But yeah, hopefully this video format is something you guys like. And if not, you know, I can definitely change it. Just let me know in the comments what you prefer, if you care at all. You know, I know our typical view time is not super high. It's something I'm working on getting up, trying to get more engaging at the beginning. But I'm not entirely sure the answer to that. Maybe just editing is the answer. So I might try recording a test run and just posting a video edit of it and just see how it plays. But I don't know. If anyone has any feedback, please leave it in the comments, because I really do want to make this channel better and grow it. And your feedback makes a big difference to that extent. How would you prefer these videos to be? I know we have a good amount of Bullet Heaven viewers in our channel, because the Bullet Heaven videos always do pretty well. Seems like we're pretty evenly split between Bullet Heaven, Survival like 7 Days to Die, and Diablo, all of which I play periodically. Just depending on what's big at that time, I rotate through. But I mean, if that's something too, we could get more consistent uploads for different genres too, if that's something that would be of interest. Also Teamfight Tactics, I guess, and there's a new set coming out of that, so I gotta do some videos there and have some fun with that. Part of the problem is I'm really ADHD, like clinically, and that causes me to bounce around a lot. Alright, so we cleared the hardest difficulty on our new character with relatively minimal progression. Let's go and just end it there and see what did what. Kind of do a little debrief at the end here and then wind out the video. Alright, so it looks like, as expected, Gunpowder Blast was our biggest contributor. Easy Sentry actually did a ton of damage, and we didn't invest too much into it as far as upgrade levels go. It's only level 8, where you look at most of the others are 10 plus. So that's interesting to know that Easy Sentry was that strong. In the future, if I did ammo builds, I would definitely make sure to include that then. Detail-wise, damage per second, because this will give us an idea based on, you know, when the thing was picked up too. Yeah, again, it looks like Gunpowder Blast and Easy Sentry are the two biggest performers. But interesting, Rapid Barrage and Napalm Blast are about the same. I actually expected Napalm Blast to be way above the others. So that's good to know that Rapid Barrage is pretty effective as well. Napalm Blast had an extra 2 ranks of levels put into it. So maybe focusing more on the Rapid Barrage would be better. course, healing wise, we just had healing flow, keeping us alive, and then passive skill damage. I like that they include this now. That's kind of cool. So Poisonous Blood did 144k DPS, which is more than any of our other abilities, other than Easy Sentry and Gunpowder Blast. So interestingly, Poisonous Blood and Bloodshed actually contributed more damage than our skills. So with the rate at which we're hitting and the number of multicasts we're getting, going debuffs with this kind of build, yeah, infected wounds did 275,000. Yeah, going debuffs with this kind of build might be a better play than anything else. So perhaps working in a Reaper type thing and building off of debuffs would be the way to go with ammunition. Interesting, might be worth a try. Maybe we go for a bleed ammunition build in the future. Definitely check back, and hopefully you guys liked this style of video, very kind of analytical, how I make builds kind of thing. I'll also be putting out build guides in the future, but this is kind of the field work I do before I make those build guides. So if you guys want to see more of this kind of stuff, let me know. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, comment down below, and we'll see you guys next time.